For a thermite reaction, you need rust and aluminum powder. To make rust, you take the steel wool and you put it in bleach, vinegar, and water. You let it sit for 6 hours, and it'll look like this. Then you have to pour it into a coffee filter.
Why?
So you can get the rust particles. Then you have to let it sit so it can dry after it drains. And then after it dries, it looks like this, and then that's all the rust particles. Then you have to scrape them out into where you need it. Another source of rust is an iron ornament from the garden or anything that can rust. You scrape it off with a knife. And once you have enough, you put it in with the other rust and then mix it with the aluminum powder. You need 50 grams of rust. Another name for rust is iron oxide. Materials for thermite. You mix 15 grams of aluminum, which I've already measured, and you measure out 50 grams of iron oxide. Next, I'm going to mix them together and then put them into a flower pot after I put the goggles and mask on. The aluminum powder is toxic, so I have to wear the mask and goggles. I'm putting the aluminum powder in with the rust. And now I'm going to stir it so it mixes in. It is stable until heat is added to it. And now we're going to put it in the flower pot. And then the chemical equation for the second exothermic reaction. The second exothermic reaction is with potassium permanganate and glycerin, which ignites the thermite for the reaction.
Instead of the thermite reaction, use a ring stand with a flower pot with the thermite in it and over a bucket of sand because the molten iron will go through the bottom of the flower pot. You add a teaspoon of potassium permanganate and then glycerin so it will ignite the reaction.
Take that pink.
I added the potassium permanganate. I'm making a dent so the glycerin will go into the